looked the dude up on social media, which I know most of us do anyway. Hello lovers, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe, click on that notification bell and like this video if you enjoy watching my content. If you are here, it means you have made it to a second date. And I want to take a moment and say congratulations ladies, because you have done well by keeping up those first date tips. So bear in mind that the first date was only a quick insight into who he really is, and these second date tips will give you a clear sense of his potential, since now you know he is real. Just like the first date, please keep your cell phone in your handbag and on aeroplane mode. So for the second date, please plan what to do well beforehand and try and do something completely different from what you did for your first date. This will help you see how he behaves in a different setup, and this time around you're okay to spend a little bit longer with him, as long as you do not spend the entire day with him. It's okay as well to do multiple activities. Like if you've been bowling, your next activity can be stopping for a cup of coffee before you part ways. If you met him online, it is only sensible for you to go meet him at the venue. I mean, it's only a second date, you don't really know him, you don't want a stranger coming to your house, and it is only advisable to meet in public for your own safety. This also is just for in case the date goes south, you know you can transport yourself back home since you took yourself to the date. And let a friend or a family member know whom and where you are meeting, and if possible please give them his contact, just in case. You never know who you're going to meet nowadays, and this very tip would have worked perfect as well with the first date tips. This is what to do when he approaches. Look at him, smile, lock eyes for like 5 seconds. If you were sat down, you can stand up, hug him, and a quick kiss on his cheeks just to communicate your interest. And please do not try to play hard to get if you really like this man. Flirt a little bit and tease him if you are a teaser, and without making fun of him, of course. And this could help both of you relax a little if you were both nervous. With that being said, remember to respect his boundary. So the second date is all about elevating your conversation from what you talked about in the first date. This is where you discuss real life topics to figure out where he is headed in life. Ask him about his family, siblings and parents. Now if you have children, this should have been mentioned before the first date. Another tip, if you looked the dude up on social media, which I know most of us do anyway, please make sure not to slip and mention any information you picked up from there, because this could freak him out. Ask him about his hobbies, his interests, his goals and his ideas of life. Follow up on the conversations you had from your first date. Ask deal breaker questions, but just be mindful when you ask questions not to come across as bombarding and make him feel like he's in an interview, because the last thing you want to do is to make the poor man feel out of place. Please don't discuss exes in details. For example, if a guy asked me about my past, say he says, I understand you've been married before, I would say, I have been married and divorced for 6 years, and I'll be smiling while I say this because it's my past, it's who I am, so I don't have to frown and feel ashamed and look ashamed of my past. It's who I am. So I'm just gonna tell him that without going into details about my past or my marriage or my ex. We're in conversation. Please try not to be negative, but have your own opinion at the same time, and try not to agree with him on every single thing he says just to impress him. Remember, you are your own person. You are entitled to your own opinion. Here's an example. If the date brings up a topic about football, which I know I'm not a football person, and I know I have no clue what goes on when people are playing football in the pitch. So here's what I would say politely. I would just smile and say to him, "Oh, football sounds really fun to watch, but I enjoy watching tennis." So while saying this, just be mindful not to overtalk him and make everything about yourself. The intention here is to build chemistry and the connection, as well as to figure out if he is really worth seeing again. And remember, people often let their guard down too early, so please look out for some red flags, and this will help you determine whether they are worth any more of your time in future. So we're coming to the end of the second date, and it's time to pay for the going Dutch or splitting the bill in half. Should still be considered. However, it does not matter who pays. If he does pay, you still shouldn't feel pressured into doing anything with him. Remember, men are naturally providers, and remember the 90-day rule. So it's time to part ways, and he's asking you out on a third date. This is how to respond to him without suggesting that you are too available or you have no life other than going on dates with him. It would be lovely to see you again. Is it okay if I look at my schedule when I get back home, and I will get back to you on that one? Even if you know that you absolutely have nothing to do for that particular day when he's asked you out on a date, you just do not want to put it out there like, "I am too available," or "anytime you want me, I'll be here." He's not yet your man. You're trying to win him, but putting yourself out like that to him will just make him feel too comfortable and feel like anytime he calls, you'll be there to answer. So he should know that you are not too available for him, and to know that every time he asks to see you, you'll be there, for as long as you two are not yet official. He still hasn't kissed you throughout the entire date, and it's time to hug goodbye. And this is what you would do when you get closer to hug him. You hug him and you kiss him on the cheek. This time around, you linger a little bit longer, say like 5 seconds, just to communicate your intention and just to give him a chance to kiss you on the lips. And if he does not kiss you on the lips within 5 seconds or after 5 seconds, just withdraw without giving the negative energy, of course. Just withdraw with a smile on your face. And remember, this shouldn't put you off, because some men takes a little longer to register hints. Besides, it's still early and it might happen on the third date. He might be nervous, you never know. So just withdraw with a smile on your face and say, "Thank you for today, it was really wonderful seeing you again." Here's a little tip. When you get home, after you've gotten changed and you're settled in, you can text him, thank him for the day. You can let him know that you have had a great day with him and mention something from what you both did. I hope you enjoyed this video today. Don't forget to thumbs up if you did, and don't forget to subscribe.